What's going on, guys? This is Burrs here to talk to you today about standard marksmanship versus active marksmanship. And what I mean by that is you have to have a good foundation of shooting before you really should move on to running around and running and gunning or whatever you're doing to be an active marksman and train that way. And what this is today, what I'm doing is I'm basically drawing the gun, taking the gun out, drawing it, taking a shot, and bringing it back and reholstering. Okay, and what that's going to do is build muscle memory. It's going to build number one, it's going to build your self-esteem at taking, drawing and shooting, because drawing and shooting is much different than if you're standing there and taking a shot. Okay, I can put a shot on target, bar none, easy, just standing there shooting the gun, pretty much like anyone can. But when you start incorporating taking the gun out of the holster, getting it on target, and all this stuff, you start to break down along the way, and you can actually not be as good of a marksman as you are if you're just standing there shooting at a target. So what we're going to do today, like I said, draw, shoot, and I have on pretty much the same thing I'd have on any day, a jacket. I have a just a quarter zip, which is also going to get in the way. You got to train with the stuff that you're going to wear, and if you wear a jacket, and I mean it's cold out today, it's like 25 degrees out right now. If you go out into the world and you are wearing stuff like a jacket or quarter zip or whatever you're wearing, that's what you need to train with. You need to train with the same stuff you're going out into the world with when you just go out to lunch or whatever. The other thing I like to say is when you're training, we can train with not having a jacket on and such, and it's a lot easier. Say you're going to train to the, I see people talk about, well, if there's a shooter and say you're in a restaurant or you're in an apartment store or something, you don't have your jacket on. What I say is train for all the environments, but most likely you're not going to have a problem inside of a complex, in my opinion. Majority of problems that you're going to be in a self-defense situation are going to be outside. So right now it's cold, so I'm training with a jacket on. Alright, so you saw on that one, my shirt completely got caught up in this weapon. Finger was always off the trigger, but I knew I had to get a shot on there. And I actually purposely slowed down a little bit to make sure I got it off of the shirt, which was actually wrapped around it. And then I got on target and put a shot on a human-sized body. It was not a bullseye shot, but it was on target. So if you're not actually hitting the target that you're at, what you want to do is slow it down. And it's fine to slow it down. If you're slowing it down to a pace like this, there's nothing wrong with that, because with repetition will come speed. The more successful you are, the more you build confidence and become greater. Stuff will get in your way. This has a elastic strap at the bottom, and that, it's not going to be easy to lift up, and it comes right back to where it is. I got to deal with that. Stuff will get in your way. I have my undershirt, because of unholstering and holstering so much, is starting to come up a little bit. Then I have this secondary shirt It's also under there. You're gonna have stuff get in your way. I'm sure you can see from the videos, there's been times where I've come up and I've actually grabbed with part of this on there. And the thing that you have to remember is you have to keep your finger off the trigger until you're on target, okay? Because if you get hung up on here, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't want to, but there's nothing wrong with it as long as your finger is off the trigger. This is a cleared gun that I'm working with. Now, you want to keep your finger off the trigger the whole time until you are on that target. I'm on, my finger comes down, boom. I'm off, and I'm back, because I'm going to reholster. Right before you reholster, when you're coming in, you know, you've cleared everything, you want to keep your finger off the trigger when you're reholstering, okay? Finger off the trigger, reholster, back to your exercise. I will say this though, this is not sexy. This is not a sexy video where you watch and you're like, damn, that guy, he is really running that gun, he is really just doing all kinds of stuff, and I want to do that. Okay, this is not that kind of training. This is real training, okay? This is what you need to do to be successful. Say you have a concealed carry permit, say you open carry, say you want to defend your house or your home with a gun and say a pistol, and you carry it. If you have a gun on you, you need to learn how to shoot it properly before you get into active shooting, shooting on the move, etc. And I've stated that in my previous video, which is shooting on the move. You have to have a good foundation before you move on into advanced stuff like moving and shooting, because you want to make sure that if you are in a situation where your life depends on it, that you actually hit the target versus missing the target. I can tell you right now, one thing that I'm doing is when I bring that gun up, I'm not getting, my support hand is not holding this very strong because I'm trying to get the shot off quick. Because now I'm starting to speed up what I'm trying to do. So what I gotta do is I gotta slow it down a little bit, give a little more pressure right here on my support thumb, support hand, so that I'm not pulling it to the left. You can already see I'm doing that. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you have any videos or comments, go ahead and put them down there. They're always welcome. And until next time, later.